Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Dan. Welcome back to EFC's Book Chat. We're on the first one of Viktor E. Frankle's Man's Search for Meaning. It is a great book, and I know there's like a gazillion YouTube videos that cover this. And what I actually want to do is I want to give you guys my takeaway. I don't really want to provide a summary of the story because I don't think I can really give justice to the story just by providing a summary. If you guys like what my takeaways are and you guys want to give this book a read, I definitely recommend it. It is a great story and it provides so much insights about life in general. And I think when I was reading this book, I was really just trying to think about, well, this book is meant to give people a better sense of meaning in their life. I mean, heck, that is what the title entails, right? And I was trying to think about how I can take something so horrendous that happened in World War II and to the Jewish people and relate that to my own life, where I think comparatively my life is great. And I was trying to think about that, and one of the things that Dr. Frankle talked about was it does not really matter what we expect from life, but rather what life expected from us. And I think a lot of the times we go through life and we go through obstacles and challenges and we get really tired, we get really exhausted. May it be depression, may it be anxiety, may it just be a crazy workload at work, or so much stuff going on with our family life. Whatever it is, we often go through it so much hoping and wishing for a sign that tells us we're going the right way. And we often are kind of hoping that life will tell us what our meaning is. Life will give us a sign that this is all worth it. And I think what Dr. Frankle is really trying to talk about is let's take the control back to ourselves. Let's ask ourselves, what can we give to life? What in our capacity are we able to give? And when we can identify what we want to give, what we can give to life, then all the sufferings that we have, that we go through, become no longer sufferings. Because the sufferings is just a means to the end of what we hope to accomplish, what we hope to get to. And I want to kind of make this a little more tangible for everybody out there, right? Because it took me a while, because this is like my 50th recording, it took me a while to really think about this and provide something that I feel like is relatable. So I think the first thing that I want to talk about was don't discount your own suffering. Instead, embrace it and look towards the future and what this experience will serve as. You know, I think so much of my experience as a coach is people come to me and they tell me about their depression, their anxiety, their struggles at work, their struggles at school. And so often during those times when they're talking about that, they end up saying, you know, I know a lot of people have it way worse than me. I know a lot of people have so much more going on than I do. And that's why I can't handle why I'm so incompetent or unsuccessful or such a failure that I can't deal with my life when my life is so much better than other people that are equally struggling way more than I am. And I want to say, let's not discount our suffering. Instead, let's just say, this suffering will be worth it because there's something at the end that I'm looking forward to. Or something after this suffering, this segment of suffering or whatever we want to call it, that I'm looking forward to. And let's give a real example, right? As a student, we go through so much. We have to stay awake at night. We have to study so much. We have to go to class. We have to cook for ourselves, clean for ourselves. Some of us have to work 2-3 jobs, etc. to put ourselves through school. And sometimes during that process, we end up wanting to give up. We want to lose hope because it's just so hard. It's so exhausting. There's so much work that's entailed. But then I think for a lot of us, we begin to think about the better future that we will have when we finish school. The different jobs we can potentially get and the different impact that we can make in those jobs and in the lives that we could potentially impact. We begin to not just think about what we're gonna get out of it, but what we can give. And when we start thinking about what we can give, the purpose of our lives become a little bit clearer. And you know, I work with a lot of individuals with anxiety and depression, so you guys may ask me, okay, well, what is the point of anxiety and depression? What is the point of that suffering? And I will say, as somebody that struggles with anxiety and depression, it's hard, it's difficult. And I think that for myself and for everybody that I help with anxiety, depression, suicidal ideations, what has always come out of the conversation is our desire to share our stories in hopes that other people can use that story to inspire themselves out of the hole and the darkness that they're in. And even just saying those words, I have chills, is that even depression, anxiety, and suicidal thoughts, we can take those experiences and hopefully find meaning and hopefully find hope to keep going. Because those experiences is what we can hold as our own stories, our own triumphs. And we can take that and either one, look back on and say, oh my God, this is, I'm so proud of myself for overcoming this and to where I am now. I've done good. You know, or if you want to be a therapist, you want to be a coach, you want to go into counseling, or you want to do anything in the realm of helping people, the stories that you have serve so much purpose and will help the people you interact with so much in so many different ways that is unimaginable at this point in your life. The second thing that I took away from this is find purpose in what you can provide for life, and see suffering as the necessary experience you need to get there. Just find meaning in the suffering and the obstacles and the challenges that we have on a day-to-day basis. And if we can do that, we can never lose hope. Because no matter how crazy and obscene and drastic or just unbearable and exhausting life can get sometimes, as long as we have a strong reason for that suffering, we can endure any of that suffering, all of that suffering. Viktor Frankle says, as long as we have a strong why, we can endure any how. And I believe he took that quote from Nietzsche. So that was my takeaway. I know it was kind of a very, very serious takeaway, but that was my takeaway of the first part of Viktor Frankl's book. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys soon.